Veteran Nollywood actress Hilda Dokubo has spoken out on Nigeria's insecurity crisis, and she directed a message straight at President Tinubu. She said our leaders drive armored vehicles with armed escorts on both sides where ordinary Nigerians are exposed and vulnerable. She said our land bleeds, and she asked one question that every Nigerian parent is asking right now. How can you give parables when children are in tears? Watch.
You live a great life. You drive in armored vehicles escorted on both sides by armed security men, led by armed vans, and from behind a long convoy where they can hardly identify your armored vehicle. Your office has an armored door, long security queues before you can be seen. You fly in private jet, perhaps armored as well. And then you come out. Your children are not anywhere around us. And even the ones who are, they're just as protected. But not us ordinary Nigerians. And so you don't feel our pain. And that's why you can distance yourself from our cry by citing the example of Abraham and Isaac. The farmers who lose their farmlands daily do not need your distance. They need empathy and they need action. They need you to be able to protect the land. They need you to stop the insecurity that is plaguing their land. They don't need you giving them parables about Abraham and Isaac. The children who were tied up. Did you see that child? The one tied up with stone tied to his back, his legs and his hands tied together. How can that not move you, Mr. President? How can you be given parables when children are in tears? May no parent go through this fear of knowing that they may be the ones to bury their children, or worse, not even see the corpse of their children. Find better answers, and let all those who say this insecurity has always been here know that one day it might be their turn. Let them know that the land bleeds. What is flowing on our rivers is not water, just the blood and tears of Nigerians. Let that mean something to you, Mr. President. My name is Hilda Dokubo, and this is the Oracle, and this Oracle will continue to speak.
You live a great life. You're driving armored vehicles escorted on both sides by armed security men. Your children are not anywhere around us. And even the ones who are, they are just as protected. But not us ordinary Nigerians. How can you be given parables when children are in tears? May no parents go through this fear of knowing that they may be the ones to bury their children. The farmers who lose their farmlands daily do not need your distance. They need empathy and they need action. They need you to be able to protect the land. Today is the 19th of the Oyo School abduction. Principal Mrs. Alamu and the abducted children and teachers from 3 schools in Oriwe local government area have been in the bush, on the rain, on the sun, in cold since May 17, 2026. A teacher was killed on the day of the abduction. The principal released a heartbreaking video from captivity saying, "They are getting impatient. Please help us." The children include toddlers as young as 2 years old. Hilda Dokubo is not speaking into a hypothetical crisis. She is speaking into a documented, ongoing 19-day emergency. Hilda Dokubo is a veteran Nollywood actress, activist, and former Rivers State Commissioner for Education. She has a documented history of speaking on governance and social justice issues. This is not her first politically charged statement, and it will not be her last. Her voice carries the weight of someone who has been inside the system and chosen to speak against it. The balanced take. Everything Hilda Dokubo said is factually grounded. Nigerian leaders do travel in armored vehicles. Their children are protected. The gap between the security available to officials and the security available to ordinary citizens is not an opinion. It is a documented reality. A call for empathy over parables is a legitimate demand. The question of whether it produces policy change or whether it joins the long list of statements that moved Nigeria emotionally but not structurally is one that only the government's response can answer. Our land bleeds. Children are in tears. Farmers lose their land daily. And Hilda Dokubo asked one question that nobody in Aso Rock has answered yet. How can you give parables when children are crying in a bush somewhere in Oyo State on the 19th of an abduction that the whole country is watching? What is your reaction to Hilda Dokubo's message? Drop your honest take in the comments. Subscribe and hit the bell. Thanks for watching RNNTV. I am Esther Olatitu.